Europe High School.
There you go, right at the 50, Billy. You should be very happy.
Now a proud member of the
Are you happy?
After spending my career playing. He's high. I'm thrilled to be back in the community.
Dr. Lombardi says we can't be down here. He said no. Okay, we're better. Are we allowed on the field?
Yeah.
You got me, Billy? We're safe. We're safe, Billy.
We'll keep it quick. All right, everybody, we are live here at Cumberland Valley Stadium. And we're bringing you
I don't move nearly as quickly as I used to.
Show
As long as we don't get run over, we're good.
Aliquippa Quips and the Dallas Mountaineers. Tonight we have special guests on the field with us. We have Dr. Bob Lombardi, the Executive Director for the PIAA. We've got Alex, we've got Mike Cabry. So without further ado, let's take it down to the field and we'll see what this game's going to be all about. But first, we're going to talk to Dr. Bob Lombardi.
Get out. Okay.
We're good. Yep. Bring us in. Yep. Go. Yeah. We're good.
Okay. Welcome to our pregame show here. PFM, we're down on the field with Dr. Lombardi, Executive Director of the PIAA. Doc, first of all, thank you very much for joining us today. Really appreciate it. What goes into putting on an event like this?
Well, it's a lot of organization and a lot of moving parts and a lot of good people here at Cumberland Valley High School that have worked together with all of us to make sure that all the T's are crossed and the I's are dotted to make sure that we have a great experience for our schools.
What's the most difficult part about bringing 12 teams in from all over the Commonwealth?
The unknown, because always something turns up that you don't expect. So you have to be pretty flexible on being able to handle the unexpected circumstance.
You know, as you've transitioned here for a little more regularity coming out of your great run in Hershey, how has the PIAA and the teams that have come over the last 2 years settled into the new venue here at Cumberland Valley?
Well, you can see they love it. The field is absolutely immaculate. It's the second year of this field. The indoor facility to stretch and warm up in for the teams. They also have the weight room available to them. Each team has a full locker room, full lockers for the kids. It's just a first-class treatment. You have athletic training facilities for each team. It's just first class. Mike Craig and his staff here is just absolutely second to none. Know how to run a football game. They have a 6A school with 6A teams. They have all different type of sports, and they really know how to run events.
So one thing I do know, a lot of the PIAA championships are here now. Is that more convenient? Does it make it easier with them being so experienced?
Yeah, we have a fall festival. This is the second year for it, where we had boys and girls soccer along with field hockey and girls volleyball on the same weekend. And we had thousands of people come through here. And everyone walked away saying, boy, what a terrific campus, what great parking, what great facilities. You know, the concession stands are outstanding. The bathrooms are clean and neat. The people are just wonderful to deal with. So this has been a great transition. We still have a great relationship with our friends in Hershey, and we like them very much. It's just we got to the point where the facility was just not up to the standard that our schools have even during their regular season and their home games. And the schools said to us, hey, we want to change.
And I can speak, I think, from our behalf as media members, the amenities which have been made available to us here at Cumberland Valley have been absolutely fantastic. Their commitment to your organization, adding on another press box here, they've taken the steps, at least from what I can see and from what we've seen, that they want to be a major player in this for the long haul.
Yeah, they do, and they're committed to it, as you've seen by some of the things. And just look at how the cafeteria is open, so you folks can go rest. You can write your story in the warmth. You can get something to eat. You can refresh. You have time between games. The facility, there's not a question that you may have that won't be answered, or a facility, the photogs can go inside to the artificial surface, put their cameras down, get a cup of coffee, refresh a little bit, come back out, and not be frozen. So it's nice. It's just a very, very nice collaboration we have with the great folks here.
Bob, one more question.
Yeah.
Who do you collaborate to get this weather? This is 2 years in a row. Phenomenal. Going to be 55 tomorrow.
Couldn't ask for better, right?
Well, it's that good Christian living, obviously. But when I woke up this morning and saw snow again, I went, come on, man. It's typical of our luck. When we have football, we always seem to have snowflakes. But hopefully they're in the rearview mirror, and tomorrow looks pretty good.
Yeah, I think, we got through it on the way from Allentown out here today, and tomorrow's looking great. Almost 60 degrees for, 2 more games. Saturday looking pretty good for most of the day as well. Here's hoping that the rainstorm pushes off to the east of Philadelphia and make for a great weekend out here. So, Dr. Lombardi, thank you for joining us here. We're going to get into our preview, and we know you have a lot to do here tonight. Some esteemed guests hiding inside right now. Thank you very much.
Thanks for having you.
Have a great day.
All right, we're going to get things going now. We're going to keep it right here. Let's hope we don't get run over by the players as they come out for warm-ups. If that starts to happen, they're bigger than we are. We're coming upstairs with you, Billy. I don't know if you are monitoring us right now. We're going to come hide. But let's break it down here a little bit. You have the tradition on this side of the field where Billy has the camera of Aliquippa. This goes back generations. It goes back 70, 80 years. Coaching names like Yanessa. You had Ditka come through here, Mike Zmianich, and now with Coach Warfield. Aliquippa, they don't rebuild, they just reload. And on the other side of us starting to file in, you have an upstart Dallas team.
Well, the Dallas team is the one that really presents the most thoughts in my book. They've only won the last 3 games by a total of 7 points. A lot of people didn't think they would be here, and the people that did think they would be here is everybody on that Dallas team, especially the coach. We power clean, and that's what we do. And they play special teams, and they do a great job. And Aliquippa, I mean, the whole town will be here tonight. It's what they do. They pencil in this date back in May, and they know they're going to be here. And Dallas has earned their way here with a great run in the playoffs so far.
Yeah, it's really an expectation here from Aliquippa. Multiple Division I recruits out there. It's Quai Hayes, Cameron Lindsay. They got a lot of talent out there on this Aliquippa team, especially at the skill positions. Some really big linemen. Walked by a couple of them on the way in. My dad's 6'7". They're bigger than him. So I can tell you right now, this is a force, and they expect to be here. As you said, Dallas, they're kind of doing it. Let's throw it back here. The old coal region way. Yep. We're going to lift weights. We're going to hit you in the mouth. And they were exposed to this type of talent last week when they played Bishop McDevitt, and they were able to contain the Division I prospect and quarterback Stone Saunders, and they got here. They were able to get some good pressure off the defensive end positions, and the defensive line did a good job to hold that line of scrimmage, and they survived the initial attack, and they were able to continue on and let's face it, escape and advance.
Well, in Dallas, one thing is their special teams are unbelievable. Last week, they recovered 2 onside kicks. They blocked an extra point. They blocked a field goal that would have tied the game in overtime. They blocked a punt and returned it for a touchdown. That's incredible. That's just hard work, and that's good coaching, listening to the coaches, and the kids working hard.
As we look to tonight's game, what are some of the keys for Dallas specifically? We talk about Aliquippa. There's lots written about the Quips. If you watch and you check out Pittsburgh media, you know what they're going to do. They're going to try to get on you early, get a touchdown, get the second touchdown. If you're Dallas, what are your keys to victory tonight?
The key is 2 things, I think. They need to control the football. They need to hold on to it and limit it to a 3 or 4 possession per half game. Aliquippa is so fast, their speed, they can score from everywhere on the field, and I think they need to make the Quips drive 60, 70 yards. They can't give up the easy touchdown. And when they have the ball, they have to grind it out slowly but surely up and down the field.
We talked about this during Game 1 at halftime with our crew that was here. it's about what I had said for Dallas: survive the first drive, survive the first quarter, because you know Aliquippa is going to come out and try to hit you early. If they can get through the first quarter, mitigate that damage, keep it within a score or nothing, or tied after the first quarter, then for me, from what we've seen of Dallas, all bets are off.
Absolutely. They're a bunch of tough, coal region guys, like you said. They're used to getting punched in the mouth. They'll get back up every time.
I think one of the themes for a lot of our games this weekend is going to be that get through the first quarter. They met here last year. We'll talk about it more tomorrow. Westinghouse in Southern Columbia. Again, for Westinghouse, get through the first drive, get through the first quarter. I think Northwestern Lehigh is another school when they play Bell Vernon. Survive Quentin Martin on the first drive. Can you get through a quarter? Then it's game on after that. Even North Allegheny. But as we look here tonight, keys to victory now if you're Aliquippa.
Aliquippa, the opposite. Get on them quick. Get downhill quickly. And on defense, their defense is stunning. They get downhill and they hit hard. So let Dallas know that they're in a game from the beginning. Don't give them that hope that they can come up. They're Aliquippa. They've been here so many times before. An interesting thing, I was shocked when I found out today, Aliquippa's never gone undefeated for the entire season and won a state championship, which blows my mind. And one of these two teams has gone to tonight.
Is it one of those things, maybe, from a football perspective, that the loss is beneficial? It's the wake-up call that certain schools need. I think we look back, I'm going to date myself. I'll go back to 2008, Tim Monsman's Land of the Misfit Toys at Bethlehem Liberty. They lost to North Penn, and after the season, he had said, it's the wake-up call that those kids needed, that they were reading the morning call, Easton Express, WFMZ. Hey, they're the best team. That punch in the face got them going where they rolled after that. Is that something that, maybe for Aliquippa, when they get that, it's that, we're good, but in order to get here, is it an invincibility thing?
I think absolutely. And same thing with Southern Columbia. Remember last year, everyone had them written off. They lost 2 or 3 games. They were out of our rankings for the first time ever, and then they just stormed in the playoffs. And the thing that Aliquippa, they'll play anybody, anywhere, anytime. They don't care if you're 6A. They don't care where you're from. They'll play you. So teams like that are going to take a loss because they step up every game.
I think that's what's really interesting about Aliquippa. There's a big conversation going across the Commonwealth right now about, which schools should be moved up, which schools should be able to play down. How do we solve that? That's a whole nother riddle. Billy can get involved with that. We can do that on a show during next season or in the off season about, you look in the Lehigh Valley, how can you help Allen and Deerfield and Salisbury, schools that have struggled over the years, but Aliquippa at the other end of this is that one school that, they have Class A enrollment, but has never said, don't move us up. Aliquippa has always said, you want us to play AA? We'll play AA. Oh, now you want us to play AAA? We'll play AAA. If you went to Aliquippa as Dr. Lombardi, the Whippeal, and said, you know what, next year, you guys, success coefficient, whatever you want to call it, we want you to play 6A. I think Coach Warfield would sit down with the guys and say, do we want to tangle North Allegheny, Central Catholic, Mount Lebanon, and the rest? And the kids, the town, the mayor, all of them would say, let's do it.
Well, I'll tell you, the other 11 teams here to chat this weekend, none of them would want to play Aliquippa.
I wouldn't want to play Aliquippa.
Nobody wants to play Aliquippa.
No, it's that
they were not afraid to play anybody.
Billy, it's been great pregame show. We'll be back at halftime. We'll do this again, wrap it up at the end of the game. Wherever you're going to catch the game, if you're not at the stadium, go there. Kickoff in just about 7 minutes from right here at Cumberland Valley. We'll be back at halftime. Billy, up to you.
All right, thanks a lot, guys. Thanks a lot, guys, and we appreciate you taking the time there. We want to thank Dr. Bob Lombardi for coming on and telling us what it takes to put in this show. Once again, this pregame show for the Aliquippa and Dallas title game battle is brought to you by Turf Tank. If you've got grass, they've got a Turf Tank for you to save you hundreds of hours. It's also brought to you by SaferSports.com. Safer Sports is building wonderful helmet covers that you can wear in a game, NFHS approved. so that we can save our kids. It's also brought to you by Coach Com, communicating on the field for coaches. Can't get any better. And it's brought to you by our friend Kevin at Sports Paradise. If you need uniforms, he's the man to get a hold of. You can get information for all of our sponsors right on our website. Just click on the link. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll be back at halftime with a halftime report. For now, I'm Billy Swain. This is PA Football News. We'll see you at halftime.
Hello.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now my whole team here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, now the whole team.
All right, we're live here at Cumberland Valley Stadium, where Aliquippa has taken a commanding lead, a 42-14 lead. Our halftime report is brought to you by Coach Com, providing all coaches with great communication on the sideline. It's brought to you by Turf Tank. If you have grass fields, you need a turf tank to save yourself 1,000 hours a year. We want to thank Sports Paradise for being a sponsor. If you need a set of uniforms for your team, check out Sports Paradise. And also got to thank SaferSports.com for creating a great helmet cover to save our kids during games. Right now, we're going to take you down live to Alex and Mike. They're going to give you the breakdown of the first half. So take
and ice cream. We're going to play a little Let's Make a Deal. So I'm looking at everybody over here on the player side. First person who shows me the item I'm looking for will win these tickets. So I am looking for a stick of chewing gum.
Here we are at halftime. Score. I just lost the score.
40-14.
40-14. Aliquippa. Exactly what we said couldn't happen.
Yeah, we talked about all day the idea of limiting Aliquippa. Can you stop Taquai Hayes? Can you contain him? Survive the first drive. Dallas did not survive the first drive. Survive the first quarter. Dallas did not survive the first quarter. Aliquippa got up on them early, punched them in the mouth. They established that 2, then 3 score lead. Dallas chasing the game, and Taquai Hayes has, well, done such a good job that James Franklin's helicopter just went that way.
Yeah, yes, it did. So far, Aliquippa has 294 yards rushing in the first half.
Taquai Hayes almost 200, couple of touchdowns from him. Again, listen, as advertised, is he the best running back in Pennsylvania? Well, it's him or probably Quentin Martin, and both of them are heading to the same destination over the course of the next couple of years. So James Franklin, after the 1 touchdown, walking past me in the far end zone over there, big smile on his face. It's one of those, yeah, that's my guy.
Yeah, I mean,
he knows.
The rich get richer, right?
Yes.
You have Singleton up there with 2 more years to go, maybe. It's amazing the running back stable they're going to have at Penn State.
Building something very special up there. He's done a great job to own Western Pennsylvania, especially. He's taking it away from Pittsburgh. Quentin Martin, Anthony Specca. He'll have Taquai Hayes. There's just player after player now. Peter Gonzalez, Pittsburgh Central Catholic, going to Penn State. So, listen, the rich get richer, as you said. But in this game, done and dusted basically at this point. Let's call it what it is. It would take a Herculean effort from Dallas and an implosion of gargantuan proportions from Aliquippa to change the fortunes in this one. Dallas, I think, listen, the kids are playing hard. They're coming up with some stops. Offensively, I think the play calling could have been a little different for them. Try to keep the ball between the tackles a little more. They had a mismatch that they didn't exploit on the outside, and I think that's hurt them a little bit, and now probably driven the nail for them. But again, credit Coach Mike Warfield and Aliquippa. This is a team that just reloads every year. There's no business on the sidelines. There's no trash talking. They score, here's the ball, back to the sidelines, and that's why college coaches go to Aliquippa.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, Coach Warfield, he saw the mismatch too they had on the outside there, and it's not there anymore. He changed up who's covering. They had a nice, probably a 7 to 10 inch difference there. They could go up. They kept on running the corner route. That's taken away now. The thing is, with 2 minutes to go in the half, it looked like Aliquippa was going to go in and take a 40-14 lead. It was all over. Big interception. They go down. They march it down to about the 15-yard line, and then they self-implode. Dallas. That's the hold. They have the offside, the illegal motion, and the next thing you know, a pick six, and the whole thing changes.
Yeah, Dallas sent themselves backwards. Pick six, and lucky to not give up another one right there at the end. A bad snap, at the end of the half. This could have very easily been 48-14. Aliquippa gets the ball to start the second half. If you're Coach Warfield, it's going to be another heavy dose of Taquai Hayes. Probably get one more. You tack on another touchdown. Then you start playing the seniors that aren't your regulars.
Well, I'll tell you who really impressed me is Tacey Williams, number 33. I mean, he is just a load. He's plays H-back, but he's a pulling guard, smashing into those holes. And then on the big third down, they had 3rd down and 10. He stuck out of the backfield for about a 15-yard reception. Next play, 61 yards, score.
Anybody on the field offensively can beat you. You've got Cam Lindsay, who plays both ways, another scholarship recruit for them. Again, a school that defies all of the odds here in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. It's a Class A school that plays like a 6A school, and, well, from what we're seeing here tonight, probably could play with just about every 6A school in the Whitfield.
Oh, I think absolutely. They could play with maybe all but 1 or 2 6A schools across the state.
Yeah.
And then they could play with every other 5A on down. It doesn't matter. They could play any class.
Yeah, they'd be here. It's a team and a school and a program that for 80 years has taken pride in what they do in the fall. And, sports like basketball at Aliquippa are just, when does football practice start again? And what's amazing is Aliquippa's basketball team is incredibly successful. State title runs and deep runs in the playoffs every year as the school continues to get smaller. About 90% of the Aliquippa basketball team is on the field here tonight. Well, they're going to put the shoulder pads away, and in 2 days, they're going to pick up the basketball and probably go win 20 games.
And some of these kids, this is their 5th state championship between basketball and football that they've played in their 4 years. Yeah. That's amazing.
That's amazing. Again, it's a testament to the town and their commitment and the support, too, that these kids get in Aliquippa. Obviously, big deal just made with the pit being rebuilt. I was out there. I miss the old pit, but it's really nice what they built out there now. And, it's the field and the stadium that those kids really deserved.
Absolutely. 100%. The town deserves it.
It does.
Because the town is out tonight. They're here. They drove out, 4 hours?
About 4 hours from Aliquippa, 4.5 hours.
On a Thursday night, and they're here, and they are loud, and they are proud.
Let's send it back up to Billy. We'll be back at the end of the game again at halftime. It's 40-14 in favor of the Quips. I got it. Thanks. Yeah, good.
So when
All right, thanks a lot, guys. And again, our halftime report is brought to you by Coach Com. Coach Com preparing our coaches to get better communication on the field and from the press box down. Thank you to SaferSports.com for building great helmet covers to help protect our players in-game. Safer Sports helmet covers are approved by the NFHS and can be used during games. Turf tank, if you've got grass fields, you want to get a turf tank, you want to save yourself hours and hours and hours, get a turf tank. And I want to thank Kevin James at Sports Paradise. Sports Paradise, they have all the uniforms you need. They can get them to you fast, they can get them to you quick, they can get them to you sublimated. You got to ask Kevin about that. The uniforms are awesome. So, hey, we'll be back post-game to wrap up this game. We're excited about it, and good luck to both teams. We'll see you in just a little while. All right, here we go. Thank you for everyone for tuning in tonight. The 4A champions are Aliquippa Clips. Thanks to our sponsors, Safer, Turf Tank, Sports Paradise, and Coach Com. Let's take it down to the field. Let's hear what Alex and Mike have to say about this game.
And we're back down here at field level. Final score 60-14, I should say. It's a little cold out here, in favor of Aliquippa. And here, why don't you give the stat, the big stat of the night? Not Taquai Hayes going over 200 yards.
No, the unbelievable stat is, for the first time ever, Aliquippa undefeated on the season, state champions. Something I thought had happened several times, but never happened. And here they are in the end zone singing, "We are the champions." Aliquippa, for the first time, undefeated state champions.
And, you could break this game down a little more, but we did it at halftime. It was absolute dominance from the Quips, and everything that everyone talks about with Aliquippa football was what we got tonight, from the opening kick to the last whistle at the end of the game. Coach Warfield had them ready, had them prepared, and, they delivered on the day. And, again, what more can we say about Taquai?
Well, yeah, just fantastic. And the whole Equip team, the offense, quick strike, can score from anywhere. The defense, downhill, relentless, hitting. And when the ball got in the air, they fought for it and picked it off 3 times, I believe.
Tomorrow we'll be back here at 12:40. We double dip once again. It starts off with round 2 of Westinghouse and Southern Columbia. That's going to be a really interesting game. Both teams lost a couple of guys, but they also have a lot back. The rematch, I think we were all waiting for, and I know that we'll be looking forward to breaking that one down tomorrow afternoon.
Yeah, and Westinghouse comes back after 25-year absence from the City League. They're back-to-back years they're here, and it was no fluke. They're here because they are a very good football team. They beat some excellent teams along the way and really haven't had competition yet. Tomorrow's game is going to be fantastic. You'll hear the whole breakdown tomorrow at 12:40 before it starts.
And then tomorrow night we'll be back here at 6:40 for the preview of Peters Township against Imhotep Charter. For the second year in a row, is it possible, could we see it, that a Whippeal team from the suburbs goes and beats the mighty, nationally scheduled, nationally ranked at times, Imhotep football
Well, I'll
team,
tell you,
Charter?
I saw Tep play last week when they just absolutely destroyed a very good Strathaven team. They have recruits going everywhere: Georgia, Penn State, Auburn, Florida. And let me tell you something, they have a freshman wide receiver that is the best freshman wide receiver, not only in the state, maybe in the country.
We'll talk about all that and more tomorrow. Again, the Westinghouse preview with Southern Columbia 12:40, the Peters Township Imhotep preview at 6:40. It's been a great day of football. We're going to have beautiful weather tomorrow. It's going to be almost 60 degrees. Looking forward to it. Hopefully we won't have to wear all this heavy stuff tomorrow, but great day of football. Billy and the guys did a great job covering it as well.
Congratulations to the Quips. See you tomorrow at 12:40.
Billy, back to you.